Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4. Charlotte DeLeste in for Susan Simon, who's on vacation. I didn't get to introduce you yesterday because
that's okay.
They know who you are.
It's like revolving door this
That's
week,
right? This whole month.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Here's what's making news on this Thursday. The acting director of the National Intelligence went up against Congress this morning during an hours-long hearing on a whistleblower complaint involving the president. We'll share how lawmakers are reacting.
And the McFarland elementary school teacher accused of child enticement makes his first appearance in court nearly a month after being arrested. And a major milestone for the Verona Road project, why businesses around there are happy to see the construction progressing. I think we all are. Yes. It's about time, right?
Take a look outside. Here's a nice scene.
That is gorgeous. Not bad.
Not bad, but it's going to be getting very soggy around here, the weather words.
We don't need that.
Gary Canalti's with us today. He's on the patio. Nice day today.
Yeah, the weather is nice. We've had sunshine. The air is dry, but things will change in a hurry like they have for much of the last month or so. You can see on visible cloud track, lots of sunshine across Wisconsin. There are some mid and high level clouds starting to push through Minnesota and Iowa that will thicken up our clouds later on tonight. The nearest rain is still quite a distance to our north and west, but that will change with time. By tomorrow morning, we'll be looking at showers and thunderstorms already. Current temperatures are a little cooler than they were in the last couple of days, but still upper 60s to lower 70s. Can't beat that for this time of year. The dew point temperatures are very low in the lower 40s, so the air is very dry, but again, that will change as well. So by tomorrow morning, we'll see showers and thunderstorms already developing, and some off and on showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Some of those could have heavy downpours, and unfortunately, we have an alert day in the forecast for tomorrow for the potential for some heavier rain. High temperature tomorrow at 67 degrees. As we take a look at first alert traffic right now, we've got our usual delays on the Beltline. As we check out the view from the DOT camera at Park Street in the Beltline, you can see slow traffic heading in the eastbound direction. That's pretty much where most of the delays are, from around Monona Drive back to around Verona Road. Also some delays on US 12 near Middleton, and also on Stoughton Road near Cottage Grove Road. To the south, we have a report of a disabled vehicle on I-39 southbound. Right now, not affecting travel too much. Travel pretty much at the posted speed limits on I-39-90 through the construction zone. North of Madison, things in pretty good shape other than US 151. Some construction around Columbus is starting to result in some delays in the northbound direction there. Otherwise, traffic moving pretty much at the posted speed limits. That's your News 3 Now First Alert Traffic.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes. Thank you, Gary. Okay.
A whistleblower's complaint, which triggered an impeachment inquiry into President Trump, was made public this morning, right before the acting director of National Intelligence testified about the report to Congress.
Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
President Trump slammed Democrats' impeachment inquiry after a polarizing hearing about a whistleblower complaint.
What these guys are doing, Democrats are doing to this country, is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed.
The complaint made public today accuses the president of, among other things, pressuring a foreign country to investigate one of the president's main domestic political rivals. President Trump repeatedly urged Ukraine's president to investigate Joe Biden and his son Hunter during a July 25th phone call, according to White House notes of the call released Wednesday.
What this whistleblower said about the nature of that call has been borne out in great detail by the call record that has now been released.
The whistleblower complaint also alleges the White House sought to move the electronic transcript of the call to a different system used for classified material.
Whatever other explanation there might be, an explanation is also that it is a cover-up. And the president has been engaged in a cover-up all along.
President Trump's acting director of national intelligence spent the day on Capitol Hill defending his reasoning for not turning over the whistleblower complaint to Congress before last night.
When I saw that, I anticipated having to sit in front of some committee sometime to discuss it.
Joseph McGuire said he withheld the information because it involved conversations with the president protected by executive privilege.
I believe that this matter is unprecedented. I also believe that I handled this matter in full compliance with the law at all times.
Republicans coming to the president's defense are focused on the whistleblower admitting to not being a direct witness to most of the events.
President Trump should be allowed to know who these people are, because they're talking about impeaching him based on secondhand information.
President Trump tweeted, "A whistleblower with secondhand information, another fake news story." Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And the Los Angeles Times is reporting that President Trump told donors at a fundraising breakfast this morning that whomever gave the whistleblower the information was almost a spy and suggested it might be treason.
A Sun Prairie teen is being charged with 2 felonies after deputies say he sexually assaulted his football teammate last month. And we want to warn you that the details of this are graphic and some may find this disturbing. 17-year-old Ryan Fulton appeared in Dane County Court today where he was charged with second-degree sexual assault, sexual exploitation of a child, and misdemeanor battery. Court documents show during a sleepover, the teammates held down an underage victim while Fulton put him in a chokehold and sexually assaulted him with his hand. Documents show another teen recorded it and posted it on Snapchat. Today in court, a judge ordered Fulton not to have contact with the other teens present at the time, not to participate in extracurriculars with them, or to post videos of the alleged victim on social media. Fulton's lawyer says he's still enrolled as a junior in Sun Prairie. A McFarland teacher accused of sexually assaulting a child makes his initial court appearance.
Eric Franke joins us with more about the case against Andrew Meeks. Eric?
Mark and Charlotte, also in this criminal complaint, some incredibly disturbing details. This complaint filed against the 35-year-old former teacher at Wabisa Intermediate School. Meeks nearly fainted, actually, at one point during this hearing before bond was set at $500 for each of those 4 counts. The criminal complaint details Meeks inappropriately touching the student against his wishes, graphic, constant talk about sex, and even teaching the 12-year-old how to find pornography on his phone and hide it from his mother. Prosecutors had asked for an increase in bond.
The charges were different. They're more severe at this time. The total maximum exposure that he's facing is 101 years.
Now, while the court kept bond at $500 per count, it agreed that Meeks should surrender his passport to ensure a return to court since prosecutors noted he has previously lived abroad. In the criminal complaint, the victim told a victim's advocate with Safe Harbor about the toll that it has taken on him. Now, if convicted, Meeks, as you heard, faces a sentence of more than 100 years. He is due back in court in mid-October. Charlotte, Mark.
All right, Eric, thank you.
You're welcome.
New at 4, a Madison alder is stepping away from the position after winning that position in April. Alder Avra Reddy from District 6 is resigning from the Madison Common Council on September 30th.
District 8.
District 8, I'm sorry. District 8 covers much of the UW-Madison campus. Reddy was still attending college when she won the position this spring. The city is now taking applications to fill the vacancy until the next scheduled election next April. If you are interested, you can find that information on our website, channel3000.com.
A big-name country artist is coming to Dane County today. Luke Bryan is performing at the Stats Brothers Farm in Marshall. The Dane County Sheriff's Office says there are traffic delays between Marshall and Sun Prairie that started about 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you are not going to the show, you should avoid highways 19, Highway N, and Highway T. If you are going, a reminder, parking on the side of the road will not be allowed. Construction on and surrounding Verona Road is taking its toll on businesses.
But without a roundabout in Fitchburg slated to open next week, business owners and drivers can breathe a big sigh of relief. Madeline O'Neill is live on Verona Road with what you can expect. Maddie?
Hi there. Well, especially during rush hour, we're all getting pretty used to construction slowing things down here on Verona Road. That goes for drivers and businesses, some which are dealing with construction on Nesbitt Road as well, just down the road here. We'll show you Nesbitt Road where they're building a new roundabout that has torn things up since about July, making it pretty difficult to get to Bavaria Sausage with the construction practically in their parking lot. But in less than a week, this single-lane roundabout is expected to open up, and of course that makes workers at Bavaria Sausage happy. It's a family business started by Christy Cottrell's grandfather. She says since the road right outside the store closed in early July, they've been losing business since customers can only get to them from one way, so she's looking forward to the roundabout opening.
We're very excited. We're excited to have it open. We're excited to have all of our customers going to be back in here. I know just about everybody will be excited to have it open.
The city of Fitchburg is overseeing the roundabout's construction. They say weather permitting, it will be open Wednesday. Now, adjacent to that project here again is the Verona Road project. Luckily, we won't be dealing with this construction too much longer. We'll have an update on that coming up tonight at 5.
Finally. All right, Madeline O'Neill, live on Verona Road. Thank you.
The semi-driver suspected of running over a motorcyclist and fleeing the scene has been arrested. This happened yesterday morning in Janesville on I-3990 at Highway 11. 29-year-old Branko Jovanovic of Lyons, Illinois, is accused of running a red light and hitting the motorcyclist who was pronounced dead at the scene. His initial court appearance is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon.
The CDC is urging everyone 6 months and older to get vaccinated as the new flu season gets underway. The CDC estimates only 45% of U.S. adults and 63% of children get vaccinated. Health officials say while the vaccine isn't perfect, it's worth it for even partial protection. Last year's flu season was one of the longest on record after a new strain emerged in April. The year before was the deadliest in decades. In Australia, where the flu season is winding down, the number of flu cases is the highest in history, more than 4 times than the year before, and that may not bode well for the U.S. The CDC recommends getting vaccinated by the end of October. The flu typically starts circulating widely in November or December and peaks by February.
A Lawrence University graduate and volunteer for presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren's campaign has died in a western Iowa crash. 22-year-old Zachary Pressburg died Monday night when the car he was driving collided with 2 trucks as he tried to pass one of them. Pressburg graduated from the Appleton University this summer and soon after joined Warren's campaign. In a statement, Senator Warren said she is heartbroken over Zach's passing and that he represented, quote, the very best of us.
Former French President Jacques Chirac has died at the age of 86. Chirac was a fixture of French politics for decades, from prime minister to president. He was one of Europe's most vocal opponents to the 2003 U.S.-led invasion of Iraq, threatening to veto any UN authorization of force in the country. His first stint as prime minister lasted just 2 years before he resigned and ran for mayor of Paris, a position he held for nearly 2 decades. After trying twice to win the highest office in France, the third one was the charm for Chirac. He became president in 1995. Chirac later faced allegations of misusing public funds during his time as mayor in Paris. He was convicted of embezzlement, conflict of interest, and breach of trust before being given a suspended sentence of 2 years in prison. Well, there's more at 4. Many of us have been subjected to internet scams.
Companies also are targets in a big way. We'll have more on that when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
A new report is warning on a worldwide scam that targets corporations, governments, and consumers.
They are called business email compromise scams, and losses are in the billions. Better Business Bureau investigator Steve Baker authored a new report highlighting the exploding number of real estate scams. The scams often trick people into thinking they're buying a condo or a house, but then are later asked for thousands of dollars to be wired for, quote, closing costs. Reports of the real estate fraud attempts rose 1,100% between 2015 and 17. The BBB's advice to consumers: use the telephone to confirm all money transactions and do not rely on email. Trade optimism soured on Wall Street, sending stocks lower. The Dow Industrials gave up 79 points, closing at 26,891. The Nasdaq was off 46. The S&P 500 fell 7. Well, it's almost the weekend in the 608.
And here with a look at what's going on in the area is Madison Magazine Associate Editor Joel Patton. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So we are saying goodbye to summer and hello to fall.
I'm afraid so.
Yeah, the first full weekend of fall.
Yeah, summer's
so
gone.
So long, summer.
Well, and one of the dead giveaways of fall upon us is fall events with fall in the title, and bonfires are kind of a giveaway, and that's what you'll find at the Olbrich Botanical Gardens for their Crackle, Fire, and Froth event this Friday. They'll also have food and beverage carts and live music from the Wisconsin band Craig Bauman and the Story. And if you can't make this event, another Crackle, Fire, and Froth will be held next Friday, October 4th, when the blues band Cashbox Kings will play. Either night you go, make sure to also take in Gleam, Art in the New Light, Olbrich's annual display of light sculptures throughout the gardens, open to viewing Wednesdays through Saturdays until October 26th.
And the Children's Museum's getting in on this as well.
Yes, they have the Fall Harvest Festival. Now, this is for kids, of course, and there will be a number of seasonal activities for them to get involved with, from carding wool, decorating gourds, and cooking traditional foods. And the Suzuki Strings will play there Saturday at 1 p.m. as well.
Sounds like fun for the kids.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to go back in time a little bit to an awesome band, Toto.
Okay, we know.
Can we please?
Toto's back?
Well, you know.
Never went away.
Exactly. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years, that sort of thing. Yeah, Toto is the progressive rock band from the 80s with hits, of course, including Rosanna and Africa. Well, they've been on their 40th anniversary tour for a couple of years now, and they've finally made their way to the Orpheum Theater. They'll be there Sunday night. The band has reportedly sold more than 40 million records. That kind of blew me away. Wow. Yeah. So the sing-along to go to is Toto on Sunday night.
That should be fun. Music from our past.
Yes.
All right, how about some comedy?
Sure. I think that the comedian to see is Ismo Leikola. He's at the Barrymore Theater on Saturday night. In his homeland of Finland, Leikola wrote and starred in his own sitcom titled simply Ismo. Since making his way to America in 2014, his English as a second language and foreigner abroad shtick has charmed audiences. It even earned him the title of funniest person in the world at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, and maybe he is. I guess you have to find out.
Judge for yourself.
Exactly. So see Ismo at the Barrymore.
Nice.
And you know, the Finnish are known for their humor.
Just, famous.
All right, Joel, lots going on. Thank you.
You bet.
Get this month's Madison Magazine for all the best in the Madison area. And there's more at 4, including Jay Wilson. He has a live preview of tonight's Packer game from Lambeau.
And ahead at 5, Madison police are sharing video from a burglary earlier this week. Why they're now asking the public for help. Take a look at this. We've heard of a houseboat, but what about a house on a boat? A 250-year-old home was loaded onto a barge for a 50-mile journey across Chesapeake Bay. It's called the Galloway Mansion, and it was completed in 1764. The new owner bought the house for $500,000 and is moving it to Queenstown, Maryland. The new owner says he plans to restore it and give it to his parents to use as a retirement home.
What a good son.
Very good.
I wonder how much that retirement is going to
wow.
That's spectacular, though, isn't it? I wonder what that cost just to move it.
I just need to show this to my sons.
Take notes.
Yes.
Well, a story out of Australia is creating a real buzz.
I don't like this one enough. The Australian city of Adelaide, bees swarmed this SUV, stunning shoppers. 20,000 bees smothered back window, and they just wouldn't buzz off. The police taped off the unbelievable scene and called in a beekeeper. He swept the colony into a box until he could find them a safer home. Several other bee colonies were spotted swarming cars in Adelaide just this week.
Oh. Just handsfuls.
Wow.
See?
I don't like bees. They're very important.
Yes.
The most important thing on the planet right now. But
right. Gary, just have your EpiPen ready.
Yes, I would certainly need it for that. Oh. Well, keep your umbrella handy because we're going to need those as well. And hopefully we won't see too much in the way of heavy rain, but that is the potential of our first alert forecast in just a couple minutes. Well, looks can sometimes be deceiving. There's visible cloud track showing plenty of sunshine across the state of Wisconsin. Just some high cirrus clouds coming in from the west. But this map will look a lot different tomorrow because we'll have more clouds and showers and thunderstorms that'll be rolling on in. Now, on Doppler tracking, you can see Wisconsin free of precipitation. There are some showers moving into western Minnesota and through parts of North Dakota, but that's the leading edge of some showers and thunderstorms that'll reach us late tonight into tomorrow morning. The atmosphere is still pretty dry here, but it should moisten up pretty quickly, and that will lead to the potential for showers and thunderstorms. Now, the big question is how much rain we're going to get. I was showing you yesterday the RPM computer model. It was showing the heavier rain shifting farther to the south. Well, look what's happened. It's come back north again. So this area, basically from Madison southward, is the area that's most at risk for the possibility for some heavier showers and thunderstorms that could bring anywhere between 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain locally. Again, that's not normally a big amount of rain, but because this area is just so waterlogged with about 5 to 10 inches or more of rain just since the beginning of the month, that means that any additional rainfall of that magnitude will start causing some flooding. And the heaviest rains may fall into parts of northern Illinois where 1 to 3 inches of rain is expected. There also is the threat for some severe weather, marginal risk late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening for some gusty winds and hail. The higher severe weather threat, the slight risk area from the Storm Prediction Center across northern Illinois into eastern Iowa. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer there, and there's even the possibility for some isolated tornadoes to occur in that area. But as we take a look at an alert day that we have in the forecast for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, that could bring generally 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain from Madison southward. That could lead to some localized flooding. Then we start turning our attention to the latter part of the weekend and the first half of next week. The GFS computer model through early Sunday morning, including the rain that we have tomorrow and tomorrow evening, you can see shows pretty similar amounts, about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in Madison, about 1 to 2 inches down toward the Illinois state line, and then the showers and storms start coming in waves. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you add in an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain. You start coming up with weekly totals for the next 7 days, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 3 to 4 inches through southern Wisconsin. European computer model, very similar, has the heaviest rains, at least early on for tomorrow, farther to the south in northern Illinois, but still about 1/2 inch as far north as Madison. And then boom, here comes the rain for next week, wave after wave. Monday, maybe a severe weather threat, but Tuesday and Wednesday are the days that are most likely to bring the heavier rains, and when all is said and done, you could be looking at 3 to 4 inches of rain over southern Wisconsin. I've showed you this for about the last 3 days, so again, the main message is there is a pretty high potential that we're going to see several inches of rain over a large part of our viewing area that could lead to some additional flooding from not only tomorrow, but into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So we have alert days in the forecast. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, that's when the highest chances for heavier rain are going to be. Monday, there's also a severe weather threat because temperatures could be up around 80 degrees. More cloud cover on Tuesday and Wednesday will limit the severe weather threat, but any thunderstorm capable of producing 1 inch or 2 of rain or more, and if that happens over the same general area, you're going to have problems with flooding. Live view from the WISC Skycam showing just a few cirrus clouds overhead. The Edgewater Skycam looking back toward the west shows plenty of sunshine and just those cirrus clouds coming in from the west as well. Almanac for today, high temperature has dropped to 69. That's a degree above average. Low temperature of 52, a few degrees above normal. And right now we're at 68 degrees with partly sunny skies. Winds are out of the west at 9 miles per hour. Dew point temperature very low at 41 degrees. Temperatures range from the 60s to the low 70s in the upper part of the Midwest, but the air is very dry. Even some 30-degree dew points up in the UP of Michigan and far northern Wisconsin. But the jet stream right now is starting to flatten out and then become southwesterly just to our southwest. So very quickly that moisture can start returning northward as this high pressure system moves out and winds become southerly. Temperatures are a little bit warmer to the south and west, but more importantly, those dew point temperatures in the 60s will start heading northward pretty quickly late tonight into tomorrow. So for tonight, skies will turn mostly cloudy. Showers and thunderstorms are possible by morning. Low temperature at 54. Tomorrow looks like a wet day. Cloudy skies, showers, a few thunderstorms. High temperature at 67. Future track, quiet this evening. Clouds start thickening up later on tonight. By morning, we start to see showers and thunderstorms pop up. They will be with us off and on through the day tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening they should move out. Skies will clear out late tomorrow night with low temperatures dropping to the upper 40s to around 50. Saturday will be a cool day with high temperatures in the lower 60s. Should be dry, even though there'll be a fair amount of cloud cover. Again, the rainfall amounts through then anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches in the heavier thunderstorms, mainly from Madison southward. But then take a look at the 7-day forecast. After that dry day Saturday, thunderstorm chances come back Saturday night into Sunday and Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Showers and thunderstorms likely. Thursday, the showers should end in the morning. Then we have a little touch of fall-like weather with high temperatures in the upper 50s. Looks like maybe another chance of thunderstorms Saturday of next weekend, followed by another shot of cooler air. Maybe the weather pattern settles down after that. Some of the longer-range computer models are hinting at that.
Those rain totals look like snow totals.
I know. Well, just let's be glad it's not snow.
Yeah,
The same storm system is bringing the first big snowstorm of the season out in western Montana, where they could be looking at anywhere from 2 to 3 feet of snow.
Stop.
In September, in early October.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Sure.
Well, on a lighter note, it is game day in Green Bay.
The Green Bay Packers are getting ready to play the Philadelphia Eagles tonight at Lambeau, and that is where we find News 3 Now Sports Director Jay Wilson. Jay, what can we expect tonight?
Well, Charlotte, for one thing, you can expect great weather. The temperatures are in the upper 60s right now. They'll fall down to about 60 during the game, but no rain. A bit breezy, so that may affect the kicking game and some of the passing game, but we'll have to see about that. A big difference from Sunday when it rained cats and dogs here and the tarp was on the field for just a couple hours before the game, but no problems like that tonight. As far as the game goes, you can expect a pretty competitive game. Now, you look at the records, the Packers are 3-0, the Eagles are 1-2, and you think, well, the Packers ought to win, especially playing at home, and they may very well, but the Eagles are probably one of the best 1-2 teams in the NFL. They won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, of course, but they are 2 dropped touchdown passes away from probably being 3-0. Those were touchdown passes against the Lions and the Falcons earlier in the season that guys just flat out dropped. So the Eagles are a pretty good team. They're banged up a little bit. Their secondary defensively gives up a lot of yards, 300 yards a game right now. So that might be just what ails Aaron Rodgers and the Packers offense, which has struggled in the first 3 games of the season so far.
How about the short turnaround? Is that going to affect anything? It's just been 4 days since I last played.
Yeah. Well, it's affecting me. I know that. I was up here Sunday, too, and I'm starting to get mail up here. But it's difficult. It's very difficult. I mean, the National Football League is a very physical league, and, a lot of guys get beat up, and to recover, expect them to recover fully in 4 days is quite a challenge. So there's always that risk of fatigue and injury. But the good news for Packer fans is that Aaron Rodgers, after the game Sunday, well, he was hardly touched. I mean, his line protected him well. He didn't take any hits. So he said he felt good Sunday afternoon. So that bodes well for a couple of days after that he's feeling really well. One quick note about the Eagles. Some guys to watch tonight. Corey Clement, the Badger running back, he's going to play. He's missed the last 2 weeks. T.J. Edwards also on the roster, the linebacker. And L.J. Fort is a linebacker. He is the brother-in-law of Badger basketball star Brad Davison. So some guys to watch for the Eagles tonight.
All right. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. Lambeau Field. Jay, good to see you. Say hi to all your friends in Green Bay for us.
Thank you, Jay.
There's more to come at 4. Do you feel safe when you take an Uber?
That's a good question. If not, the company wants to change that. We'll tell you the steps they're taking when we come back.
Here's a live look at downtown Madison on this beautiful September day. Enjoy it. Rain's on the way. A new report in the Washington Post says agents in Uber's Special Investigations Unit are coached to put the company first ahead of passenger safety.
Uber disputes that and unveiled new safety measures today to protect customers. CBS's Chris Van Cleve takes a look at the new technology.
Uber hopes this new technology could help prevent the kind of fatal error police believe Samantha Josephson made when she mistook a car for her Uber in March. Tracy Breeden is a former police officer who now heads women's safety at Uber.
Uber really felt the responsibility to step up, even though that was not an Uber driver.
Soon, a new optional verification system will require a driver to get a PIN code from their rider before a trip can start.
The driver enters the PIN, you get an indication or notification on your phone saying, yes, this is the right car.
Uber wants to take this PIN verification system a step further, so soon your phone will seamlessly talk to the phone of the Uber you've called. It will then tell you when the right vehicle has pulled up that your ride is verified, and this is the car to get into. Next month, first in Los Angeles and then elsewhere, riders can text 911 from inside the app, automatically sending the vehicle description, license plate, current location, and destination. You'll also be able to report safety issues to Uber during a ride. The new features come as the ride-sharing industry faces scrutiny over passenger safety. Just this month, more than a dozen women sued competitor Lyft, alleging it mishandled reports of sexual assault. Lyft says safety is fundamental, adding it launched 14 new safety features this year. Uber is facing similar lawsuits, and there are new questions about the company's handling of sexual assault claims. The Washington Post reports the company has a 3-strike system, but executives have made exceptions to keep drivers on the road. One former investigator says she was made to feel her first priority was to protect Uber, not the customer.
Investigators do not report any of the incidents that happen on the Uber app to law enforcement.
But Breeden told us as soon as a sexual assault or misconduct is reported, the driver is removed from the platform.
How often do you receive a report of an alleged sexual assault or abuse?
We're doing 17 million trips across the world every day, and it does happen.
Do you see tens of those reports a year, hundreds of those reports a year?
Those are numbers that I don't have, and that's why we're creating this transparency report, and that information is coming.
That would be a first for the industry, but Uber was not able to tell CBS News when that transparency report would be available. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, San Francisco.
It's nice to see they're doing something about it.
Still to come at 4, want to help out Dane County Humane Society?
Well, then pick up the Madison Firefighters 2020 charity calendar. We'll find out all about it and meet the calendar cover boy. There he is. Live at 4 continues.
Well, taking a look at first alert traffic, here's the live view on the Beltline at Park Street. That doesn't look very good going in the eastbound direction, basically toward just past John Nolan Drive there. We're seeing some pretty high delays there on the eastbound Beltline from Monona Drive all the way back to Verona Road. Also some delays westbound. And then, of course, with the Luke Bryant concert getting ready to start later on this evening, there are some delays on Highway 19 around Sun Prairie. Also on Highway T, those are areas that you're going to have to be dealing with some longer-term delays. Otherwise, it's 27 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 19 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, 27 minutes to Janesville on I-3990, 20 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 19 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now First Alert traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. Police in Fremont, California drive some slick new Teslas, but apparently someone forgot to plug one in. The patrol car ran out of juice in the middle of a pursuit. Other units took over when the Tesla ran dry. The department says, unfortunately, this happens from time to time, even in gas-powered vehicles that run out of fuel. That's some fancy police cars.
It is very fancy. Plug it in. The new year is just a few months away, and it's time to get a new calendar for the new year. Might we suggest this one? It's the 2020 Madison Firefighters Calendar Sales Benefit Dane County Humane Society.
And we have a full house today. Joining us, Marissa DeGroot from the Dane County Humane Society, and Sam Cook, who organized this whole event, and Derek.
Yep.
He's the cover boy.
We have the kitties.
And we have two puppies.
We have Lafayette here.
And Lakota.
So Marissa, tell us about how did this all come about?
Well, really, they reached out to us and wanted to be able to support animals in need in our community. And we just love this idea. It's been so much fun. We got to be there on the shoot to help bring the animals there, and every single photo, it features a Madison area firefighter along with either their pets, rescue animals, or DCHS alumni.
What was that like to shoot, Derek? Especially you had 3 kids.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well,
you're literally herding cats here. So what was this like?
It was really fun. It was very easy. The photographer was amazing. It was a little bit difficult trying to coordinate 3 separate kittens that did not really want to cooperate.
Yeah, one on your shoulder and 2 on your... And you did this last year.
Yes, I did.
What kind of reaction did you get?
Pretty mixed, but for the most part, very positive. For the most part, pretty
Some
positive.
ribbing in the firehouse?
Some mild.
So, Sam, you organize this whole thing.
Yeah.
How hard is it to get all this together?
It's not as easy as you think. So it takes a little convincing and a little arm twisting to get everybody to want to, take your shirt off and have your buddies give you a hard time about it for a year. But it's the second year we've done it, and last year was pretty successful and pretty popular and went really well. And so we decided to jump into it again this year. And who doesn't enjoy firefighters, puppies, kittens, bunnies, everything? So it was a perfect match to... Yeah, and some snakes.
I saw that snake.
So, like, there's just a natural fit for the fire department, and the Humane Society.
And there's a female firefighter here as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Every year we feature all of our firefighters are welcome to participate.
Who's there?
We encourage everybody to take part in it. So.
And it's just a big fundraiser.
Just a big fundraiser. So none of this money is obviously going to be kept by the fire department. We're donating every cent to Days. You can get the calendar in a lot of different places.
Dane County Humane Society, not Days.
Oh,
Days was
my
last
apologies.
year, right? That's all right.
That was last year's.
I gotcha.
Thank you. You see the consummate professional here. That's what we need you for. Yes, for the Dane County Humane Society, you can get them at the Humane Society. Mountains Pet Food Warehouse is carrying them. Jersey Mike's subs, and you can go to MadisonFireCalendar.com if you don't want to, brave the traffic and head on out. So.
And can you buy them at the Dane County's website?
Yep, you can find the link there. You can find them at the main shelter and also at our thrift store. And we're just so excited because all of this is benefiting animals in need, just like Lafayette and Lakota here, and 9,000 other animals that come through our doors every year.
And what are they?
They are 2-month-old little pit bull mixes that just came to Dane County Humane Society from an overcrowded shelter down south.
Yeah.
They're awfully cute.
And special thank you, too, to Big Dreamers United.
Absolutely.
They're
John Urban and Lee Culver
this.
are fantastic to work with. Without them, this doesn't happen. Tara Ingalls at Tingles Graphic Design, too. They do all of the graphic design work for free, so we can turn as much of the money over to the Humane Society as we possibly can.
And Derek, what led you to be a firefighter?
I mean, I just wanted to help my community and stay active throughout my whole career, and I think that embodies being a firefighter, just helping people and trying to improve your community.
Are you from Madison?
I'm originally from a little bit more up north from Wausau.
Okay,
but moved down here and I love the city.
Madison's hometown.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for all the
They're
hard work.
available, right?
Yep, they are actually, you can see them at Mounds in Middleton tomorrow, so you can pick up your calendar and see these puppies tomorrow.
Who's a good boy?
They might not listen tomorrow. All right, all the information is online, and we have a story as well at channel3000.com. Everyone, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Congratulations. We'll be right back with the final check of your forecast. Enjoy this evening.
Yeah, the air is pretty dry, but that will change. Showers and thunderstorms are still quite a distance off, but we will see them by actually by late tonight and through much of the day tomorrow. In fact, Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms tomorrow from Madison southward. Gusty winds and hail, the main threats there, but of more importance is the rain, not only for tomorrow, but for much of next week. Over the next 7 days, we could be looking at as much as 2 to 4 inches of rain according to one of the computer models, and 2 to 5 inches of rain over one of the other computer models. So, I mean, either way, both the models in pretty good agreement that we're going to see a heavy amount of rain here. Right now, though, very comfortable. Temperatures upper 60s to low 70s. Dew point temperatures are very low in the lower 40s, so it's pretty comfortable out there. Look for showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. Again, alert days for tomorrow, as well as Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the potential for some heavy rain there. Once we get past this rain, though, fall comes in for a couple of days at the end of next week, and we'll feel a little bit more like it.
And those totals were for a week from today.
For the next 7 days,
yeah,
including...
It's at Thursday at 12.
Yeah, by Thursday at 12 next week. So.
All right, it's all going to come tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Tomorrow on Live at 4, we'll take a look. We'll talk with, actually, a UW grad who's responsible for hundreds of hit songs.
And we go backstage with Michael Bruno at the Palace Theater's production of Run for Your Wife.
In today's Final Touch, move over, Gabby Douglas.
We want you to meet Atlas. This technological marvel is showing off some Olympic-sized skills. It's the creation of Boston Dynamics, the robotics design company, posted this video of the AI doing its own gymnastics routine. Atlas can do a handstand, roll around, even do a jumping twist.
Oh my gosh.
Engineers released a word salad of technical jargon explaining